Hey guys, just doing a 1HD FTE valve adjustment. I've got a 2001 HD J100, just a routine valve adjustment. It's got about 380,000 Ks on the clock. Got stuck into it already, so pretty straightforward. All I've done to make it a bit easier, pull the timing cover off, and I've lined up my crank pulley, sorry, not the crank pulley, the cam pulley, not to this line where you'd normally do a timing belt replacement, but on the side here it says TDC, top dead center, and there's a mark on the cam pulley. I've lined them up. So that means then I should have number one being able to be adjusted. You can see there's a bit of looseness there. That one should be tight. This one I should be able to adjust. This one's very loose. We can adjust all that out. So I just pulled off the rocker cover. The intake, pretty much pulled it all off in one piece, just a few hoses. Save me changing gaskets and things. Just a little bit easier, save a bit of time. Okay, so I have my my measurements. So I've found the Toyota manufacturing specs. Got to do the adjustment while it's cold. So the intake 0.17 and the exhaust 0.47. It's the closest one there I could find. Also got it printed on the inside of the bonnet there. So I should be able to adjust the intake, the exhaust on the first round, this exhaust on number 2, intake on number 3, the exhaust on number 4, and the intake on number 5. Then I'll spin it around and then I'll do the other ones. Bear with me while I try and put this in. It's hard to do it one-handed. So what I'll do, just back it off. So I've cracked both of these nuts, the bridge and the rocker. Okay, so I've put the gauge under the rocker there. Sorry, it's really hard one-handed. See if I can position the phone. So what I'll do is I'll tighten the adjuster, still I get a nice drag. It's something that really you're just going to have by experience to get the feel for. I can feel it nice and tight there. Not too tight, but just a nice drag. Adjust my nut. Just got to keep checking. You want to hold the adjuster while you're tightening so it doesn't keep tightening. I've got a nice and firm drag there. Sort of need 2 fingers. And then to fine tune it, be hard with that pipe in the way. Then you adjust the bridge. Take you a little while at first few, but you'll get the hang of it. Got a nice drag there. Just lock it up. The manual says to hold it with a pair of pliers or something so you can adjust it. What I'll do when I'm finished, I'll just go over and nip them up properly. So I can feel a little bit of movement there, but obviously it's not as loud as how it was before. This one's got a bit more clearance because it's exhaust. So I'll adjust that one now. They're loosened already. Tighten it down. We've got a nice drag there. Always use the ring end when you can. Going around that nut off, you can get a bit better. We've got a nice drag there. Now I just adjust the bridge. Let's get a nice drag, same again. Lock it up. Nice and tight. Has got more clearance, but it's nowhere near as loud as before. The bridges still move, so it's not right in the valve there. Then same procedure as you go along, follow the manual, adjust which ones are necessary. I've done one set, so I've spun the motor around, but only so the cam is now 180 degrees. So see the mark here? It's 180 degrees to my top dead center. So I've spun it around the bottom and the crank. You can take the cover off underneath and put a spanner on, socket, turn the motor over. Now I should be able to adjust the next one. So intake all the way up to the back two. Okay guys, so I've completed the valve adjustment. I've gone over all the 12mm nuts, they're all tight. So all the ones that are loose, just double check the bridge, make sure they're not riding. They're all tight. I've cleaned the surface Put some fresh silicone on the joins, and there's a half moon at the back. Not sure if you can see it. Put some silicone there. Got a new gasket from Toyota, genuine. They're not cheap, they're about $50, but to get over 100,000 Ks without them leaking, it's worth the money rather than stripping it all again. Alright, keep going.